Hello everybody, welcome to Live, Laugh, Love Tarot. I am Nikki with Live, Laugh, Love Tarot World. Today is September 4th, 5th, 4th, somewhere in there. It's a Friday. So let's get started. I have pre-shuffled Bless This Place. I asked all the archangels to be present for any messages that my collective needs to know, as well as rebuking any evil eye, entity, or any evil spirits that want to keep us off our path for me and my collective. So we're going to go ahead and get an arc or overall energy. I was shuffling and meditating, and what I was getting a lot was that the collective is on their destiny. They are using their crown chakra, and they're on their way, is what I keep hearing. So let's see what the overall energy has to say. Go ahead. Sacrifice. You had to make some sacrifices probably in order to get on this path, is what I'm getting. That's what came out at the bottom of the deck, but we're going to go ahead and shuffle. All right, solitude, perfect. So you have been on a road to your destiny. You've taken some time for yourself. You've put yourself into a space of like a hermit. This is what this is kind of about. The 9 is almost to the precipice of your new beginning. The person I'm speaking to today has isolated themselves from people that no longer serve them. I'm hearing, look at the bottom of the deck and you'll get more information. Yes, your throat chakra. So you are speaking your truth. Is 9 and 5 is 14, 401 is 5. You've had some, again, with the sacrifice that came out a second ago, you've had some challenges with people not listening to what you had to say, but that is no longer thunder out of nowhere. Okay, so Spirit is saying, yes, that's the truth. You've had to speak your truth. You've had to make some sacrifices, and you have put yourself in kind of like a hermit mode in order to make sure that you have the silence that you need to hear in order to get onto your destiny. And that's what I did see, is destiny. You've had some struggles, you've had to deal with some people with that, but now you're speaking your truth. And the blues, so right now you might be drawn to the color blue. That is the throat chakra. You're able to, maybe in the past you had trouble with speaking your truth to where people would either listen and or support you. Now she's got the book in front of her and she's listening to, maybe you started reading in a particular book or the Bible or something that's a spiritual book that you're getting your information from, and you're tuning into the divine. I did get the crown chakra in the pre-shuffle, so you're divinely guided by your spirits and ancestors that are giving you direction. That's just fantastic. So I'm going to use the Light Seers deck. I've already pre-shuffled that. So we're going to ask the angels and spirit guides, why the solitude and throat chakra? What is it that my collective here is going to be speaking about coming in? It has to do with your destiny. So whatever you're going to be doing, you're just going to use your voice in order to bring the collective light to the planet. It's got to hit the, okay? Yeah, 4, perfect. The 4 swords, you've been, actually this goes along with the solitude. You've been kind of retreating into your, again, yep. You've been retreating into your home, into your world. Maybe you've got less than 4 people that you've been talking to that actually, if you count on one hand, I heard you can count on one hand how many people know what's going on with you. And that's the way it needs to be. You're to trust no one, is what Spirit is saying, unless they've been in your life more than 4 years or 4 decades even. The person that you are going to be becoming, the person that you're becoming is somebody that you've always been, but there are very few people that know exactly what's happening with you right now. But we're making progress toward that, and eventually you're going to come out and speak your truth, speak your mission, your purpose, whatever that is. You've gotten into solitude and you've worked on your heart. I'm hearing you've also worked on your heart chakra, so we're going to see if that comes out eventually, or your heart, what means the most to you. That's what you've been healing. Your heart, you've been healing. Thank you, Spirit. That's what you've been healing, is your heart. Something has changed where you had to put yourself in isolation. All right, we're going to get more information. Why the 4 swords? Why the 4 swords in solitude? Please, can I get more information on what? Yes? No? No. Okay. Why the solitude, please? Why the solitude and 4 of swords? Swords, you've been up in your head a little bit. Maybe you've been trying to clear out the cobwebs, clear out the confusion of why you were ended up where you are. You've had enough, is what I'm hearing. You're done with people telling you how you should think and feel. Nobody should tell you how you should think and feel. And so you've needed to drown out the noise, is what I heard. You needed to drown out the noise. All right, what else? Spirits and angels. Why is the solitude and 4 swords here, please? Thank you, both. Yes, no. Okay, the 6 of swords in reverse. It's been a tough battle for you to get to the calmer waters. It's been a struggle. You've had to drown out everybody that wasn't trying to keep you from your path. That you've had to let these people go. And it's begun, and a little bit, it's drained you. So somebody I'm talking to has had a lot of people squawking in your ear, a lot of people trying to keep you from your path, whoever that is. I'm being drawn to these. Take these as they are. The Seven of Cups and the Chariot in reverse. Okay, yeah, no movement, no choices. Whoever this is, there's somebody around you is just dominating in this that you've had to shut off or put to the side, because it came over here. My left is you and the right is somebody else, and these flew over here. So whoever this person is to the right, this is who is the blockages and challengers are to my right. So whoever this person is, it doesn't want you to have choices, it didn't want you to make a movement forward. So we're going to find out what that's about. But you've decided that you are going to make this move forward, and you're going to put yourself in isolation because they didn't want you to make that move. But you went back and forth with this, that you weren't really sure. Somebody got in your head. There's some swords here. So somebody got in your head and told you you couldn't do it or you shouldn't do it, but you were not listening, and you had to, I see a door shutting. You had to shut the door on that person, whoever that is. Why is this person, who is this person over here? What is it that they don't, yeah, it's judgment calling. Bing. You had to call a judgment on this person, and you called for that. You asked your spirit angels, guides, whomever you pray to, you've asked for some fairness to be called in. And that's what's happening now. And the only way you could see the fairness is to put yourself in isolation, which you have done. So the judgment, it's over. Whatever this is, it's over. Judgment's been called, and it's raining down judgment on this person, whatever they are. So that's too bad. Sorry, you're going to get your judgment. All right, so what's this judgment about? Give me the more information about what the judgment is about. It's about your choices, and it's about the movement of your forward movement, whatever that is. Because you're going to be speaking about it, whatever it is. You're talking about it. They don't want you to talk about it, whatever it is. You've called them out. You called them out, and now it's going to move on. Now, they didn't want you to make a peaceful exit. That's what I'm hearing. They didn't want you to make a peaceful exit, but you were making a peaceful exit. It's almost like they're looking around going, where'd you go? So what's the judgment about, angels and spirit guides? What is this judgment about? The judgment has been called. We've got cups. We've got swords. Lots of swords. So mental game. It's a mental game, I heard. It's a mental game. Yeah. So we got the Page of Cups. Here's the Hermit. Bam. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Yes. Okay. The Page of Cups. I intuitively read these cards certain ways. Some people read them other ways, but the Page of Cups is a message. Somebody, this is when my pigs fly card. Oh, like, you'll be able to do this when pigs fly is what I'm hearing. This is, I asked what the judgment was about. The judgment is about you reaching into your deep recesses of your heart and your subconscious to find out what it is you want to do. And it has something to do with money, as it always does. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in upright is the earth sign, but it's also, look how much money he's just dropping behind him. I mean, he's abundant with it. It's just so much money that it's falling out of his pockets. Whoever this person is did not want you to figure out that you could do this on your own, whatever this is. So you went into hermit mode, you did it, and this person didn't want you to figure out that you could do this, whatever this is. Whatever, it's when, like, I'll be damned when pigs fly is what I'm hearing. So basically, this person didn't think that you could, or didn't want you to think that you could. Thank you, Spirit. My nose is itching, so yes. This person, look at their face. They're like, what? She's doing what? Or he's doing what? Whatever this is, that you've gone deep into your own little space and you've decided that you're going to do it, where you're going to use your voice as well as your thoughts, your resources to make it happen. And it's going to come in the form of some kind of invitation, and it's going to seem out of the blue, like, what? This person's not going to be happy about it, but deep down, you've had all the resources. The Spirit's telling me to make this happen, whatever this is. This person's trying to block your money. This person's trying to block your heart, but you've seen this, and you're going to speak about it, and they definitely don't want that, and that's the judgment. They don't want you talking about whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that they say that you couldn't do, and you're going to show them more. You're going to show them wrong, as my spirit guides are saying. You're going to show them that it isn't the case. Yeah, it has to do with your work. Right. Somebody didn't want you to work hard. They didn't want you to make your own money on your own. They didn't want you to figure out that you knew what you were doing all along. Because if you did that, then you would know that they're full of shit. So good news for that. So let's see. We know that you're in, this has already happened. You're about to come out. You're about to show the world who you are, is what I'm hearing. Look how beautiful this person is elevated. You are elevated above this nonsense. You're elevated above this nonsense, I'm told, and here this person is the pig over here. This pig is following somebody at their feet, right? So this tells me that you're able to be divine, and at the same time, this person can't do anything without somebody else's help. And that could be what is happening now. I'm getting guided to go down that line now. I've been told, yes, this is the line that not only did you put this person over here and called for judgment, they're going to figure out that eventually they're going to need your help down the line. So eventually they're going to need your help down the line, and you're basically telling them when pigs fly, I'm not helping your ass. So that's the karma, is that if they're going to need you, and then you're not going to be there to help get them out, and you're going to speak about that. Maybe you've told them that already. Don't come for me for help, whatever that means. So what is when the pigs fly? What is this more about? We know it's about your money. It could be about work. It could be about a contract. It could be about what you do. Or maybe you work for yourself. Maybe this person said you couldn't work alone. Yeah, it's about what you love to do. And it's also the Hierophant here with the Ace of Cups. Okay. The vibe I'm getting here is a lot of major arcanas on the shelf here, on the table. So you are somebody that decided to listen to your higher self, to listen to your heart's desire, which is the Ace of Cups here. You're coming from the heart. Again, I knew that the heart chakra is involved with the throat chakra because they align with whatever it is you want to do. This person didn't think you could do this, didn't think you could start over, because there is some feelings here with this. This person has some kind of feelings about you, and there are cups. I'm not going to say it isn't romantic, but I have a feeling it's business. You guys are in business with somebody who didn't want you to break off and go on your own way, and they wanted to ride your coattails, and you had to go in deep because you had to figure out what the truth was. Thank you. Whether it is true, whether or not you could do this alone. But Spirit's telling me to tell you that not only can you do it alone, but you were the mastermind behind whatever this was all along. 12 on the perfect. 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 is partnerships. 3 is especially 3 of Pentacles. So you had the money. This person wanted you to believe you couldn't do it alone. You wouldn't make it financially by yourself. That's the vibe I'm getting. That you shouldn't break off and do things by yourself, but you were probably the one that created this all along. You're probably the one that had the ideas. You probably are the one that manifested it all along, and it is coming from a place where it means a lot to you. This person is kind of like around just to gain from you, but tried to make you believe that there would be no movement forward and you would have no choice without them. That's what the 7 of Cups in reverse and the Chariot is in reverse. They tried to stop you. They were putting roadblocks in your way the whole time. That's the vibe I've been getting. It's been hard to kind of articulate. Now I get it. You weren't able to speak how you really felt while you're with this situation, whether it's a job, a person, a relationship, a friend, a family member, a boss, whomever. Every time you were to speak your truth, this person tried to tell you, well, you couldn't do it by yourself, but you're so great. But you really shouldn't break off on your own. You really shouldn't do it on your own. You know how you get, blah, 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 blah. But you decided that you went into hermit mode, and then you called for judgment. You called judgment on this, meaning you knew all along this was your idea. You knew all along that you were the meat and potatoes of whatever this is, and that you were working from the heart, and that you are the educated one here. You're the one that actually has the more knowledge and credentials. Thank you. You're the one that has the most credentials in this to do whatever this is. And this person can't do nothing unless the pigs fly. Like that's what I mean. It's like this person can't create. They don't have the magician quality to them like you do. Because look at these. Whatever you touch, whatever you do when it comes to work, you're the authority. You're the one that people go to for help. You're the one that people listen to when it comes to advice to whatever this is, business related. Because deep down they know you love what you do, and it emanates from your soul. Look how beautiful these cards are all by themselves. Yep, I fell on the ground. I do that all the time. Right. This person wanted you to believe this is this, but you really are this. You're the one that brings in the money in this, whatever this is. You're the one that's abundant with this, okay? So let's see. We got that full lunar eclipse on Sunday in Pisces, so somebody's feeling some sort of way about all this. So what is coming? What's the future energy with this person? What are they going to do next, please? What are they going to do next, please? Next, please. What's the next action from this person to my collective while they're coming out of hermit mode? You're going to come out and you're going to have, like, I hear bang, bang, bang. You're going to come out with all kinds of ideas, and you're going to revamp whatever it is that you're doing. And this person's going to be like, what the F just happened? So what's the energy around this person, around my collective? What's going to be the energy from this person in the next 3 to 5? What's the energy coming up next? Told to take that. Yeah, 5 of Cups in reverse. They're going to pretend like that. Oh, I'm so happy for you. And they're not. They're really in this. They're really in the 5 of Cups because they want you to admit that you need them in some way. Because a lot of 5s. 5s are a little bit of a challenge, a little bit of angst. So this person deep down feels very rejected that you've left. Feels really upset that you're not upset. They're mad that you're not in this energy. But they're mad that you are not in this energy, but you are in this. Like, I don't care. You're not caring about this person. The 5 of Cups in reverse. You actually called for judgment on this, and it's because you felt some kind of way, and you've recognized it and you've transmuted it, and this person has not. This person is really in the 5 of Cups in the upright, but they're gonna act like they're not bothered, but that's the lie. That's what Spirit is telling me. They're not, because they really have been putting obstacles in your way the whole time. Oh my God, I'm so tired of these people. So what's coming up? What's the energy coming up for my collective now that they went into hermit mode, they went into solitude, they're listening to their heart and they're speaking their truth? What's going to happen for my collective in the future energies for my collective, please? Thank you. 2 of Pentacles came flying out of the deck. 10 of Pentacles. That is where you're headed. You have put all this crap behind. You might see how this person has everything. It's over. You're going to manifest money, and you didn't need, thank you, Spirit. Spirit said that you had to get rid of this loser. I hate to say it, but they are. Somebody that wishes you down and out. Now, I understand if you're in a business with somebody and they wanted to stay along, but sometimes you got to cut your ties. Cut the ties, cut your losses, whatever it is, pay them out for their time, say adios. But this person really secretly never had your back the whole time. They wanted you to keep them along and continually think that you needed them to make it, but you didn't. And you knew that when you went into hermit mode and you went into this 4 of Swords, you went down and you dug deep and you said, hey man, this was my idea all along. I'm the authority here. I know what's going on in my own life. I know what I need. And when Spirit says, thank you, Jesus, because when you did, they can't give this person the 10 of Pentacles. They don't deserve it. So you had to leave this a-hole at the curb because they didn't deserve it. They don't deserve it because they've had sabotage on I keep hearing sabotage, Beastie Boys. It's the sabotage because they were sabotaging you the entire time without you knowing it. They tried to pretend that they had your back. Oh yeah, I love it. That's cool. We got that. But in the meantime, they're just like, nope, I don't want you to have this. I keep hearing, I don't want you to have that success because they know deep down that you're the reason why things are the way they should be, which is successful, but they have it's almost like they got to keep you sidetracked so you don't recognize what you already did because you saw it, and you're speaking on it too. I heard you're saying, no, this was my idea, or no, this is my business, this is my life, this is what I want. You have no place in it. So now there's not going to be any more movement with this person. The movement has stopped, and they're in some kind of judgment now because of you called judgment. Your spirit team is saying thank you. Finally, you got it. Finally, you called judgment on this a-hole. Now we can come in with our check. Come in with our checkmate. So there you go. This person is not to be allowed back into your aura because if you do, you're going to end up over here in this 5 of Cups. So good for you. You did the hard work. You did the shadow work. I'm going to put this down for now, the bottom of the day. Yeah, here we go again. 5 of Wands. They want you to fight. They want you to come and fight with them about why things are the way they are. They're not, if you let this person go in the distant, like a couple weeks, a month, they're still pissed like you did yesterday. Whatever this is, whatever they're upset about, it's almost like it happened 5 minutes ago. So they may tell you they're okay. Again, this 5 of Cups in reverse. They're not. They are not okay. They're not okay. They aren't happy. I'm going to pull the Wizard of Oz deck because, yeah, the Empress. That's what you are. You're the empath. Bingo. You're the empath. You're the one that feels your way through things. Thank you, Spirit. That's what the Page of Cups is all about. The feelings. And intuitively, I'm getting this is like, whoever this person is, They don't like the fact that you're an empath, that you're somebody that can see, feel, hear things. Possibly you could have all the clairs. You could know things before they happen, but basically you don't do anything unless it feels right. This person's too much up in their head and they can't do that because to them that's a weakness. So whoever this is, 20 on the clock, whoever this person is, they cannot get in tune with their intuition. There is a blockage there. They are blocked at the heart. They are blocked all the way up. I heard all the way up. They're blocked. They can't get out of their head. They don't want to use their feelings because it could be a male. I'm getting a man feels like it's weak. So this could be a man who doesn't want to get in tune with the feelings because they see that as weak. And they see you. They thought they took your weakness kindness for weakness, whatever that is. But you're somebody that feels your way through things. And because you do that, you've always been successful in choosing the right thing. Your body isn't going to lie. It's a beautiful antenna. Your body's going to tell you what's right and what's not right. And you have that gift, and this person does not. And they don't like that you do that because you seem to always come out right on the money. And they can't understand why they don't have that gift, and just out of jealousy, they don't want you to have it either. It's sabotage. Or take that card. Yeah, the 9 of Cups. You're happy without this person. Bingo. And they hate that. Whoever this is, they don't like the fact that you're happy. They don't like the fact that you see the cup half full. They don't like the fact that you see a future without them. They don't like it, whatever that is. They don't like it. They don't want you happy. They don't want you successful. They want to take your money because if you don't have your money, then you can't be in business or you can't have things. They think taking your, thank you, Spirit, I heard, they think taking your money is going to take your happiness away. It's not going to make it fun, but you're somebody that's going to, you see the gratitude in your attitude of gratitude, I heard. You're somebody that is grateful for what you have, even if it doesn't go your way. You can be upset about stuff that don't go, but you're right back to equilibrium. You don't let it ruin your day. You're not somebody that's going to ruin everybody else's day if it didn't happen the way you like it. You are, thank you, you're somebody that knows that it's on God's divine timing, that it may not be this day, but it could be tomorrow. And they can't, Pollyanna is what I'm hearing. There's such a Pollyanna. This person hates the fact that you're so positive. Well, you know what? That you are the energy that you project out there. They're mad. I don't like this energy at all. This person's not nice. But you got rid of them. What'll happen if the collective continues to keep this person at the curb? What will be the outcome? I already got the 10 of Pentacles and the 9 of Cups. As long as you continue on this trajectory, you're going to have a good time. 22:33 on the clock. Perfect. Master number 22, master number life path 22:33. Look those up. Look up the life path. You know, I can tell you how to do it, but it's just easier to look it up. You add up your numbers, and when you get 11, 22, 33, these are master numbers. The formula will tell you your life path, and it'll tell you all about it. And I'm talking to somebody here that knows that they are a master at something, whether it's master shaman, a master, or you might be a reader, you might be a collective psychic, you might have all these things. You might have audio where you hear people's voices, you get dreams, whatever the hell that is. I'm talking to somebody who's open to this, and you use your heart and your mind to guide you. You feel it before you're somebody that feels things before you make decisions, and that is important. You should. You're not a knee-jerk reactor. You're not somebody who isn't going, maybe in the past you were, but now you're not. Now you've learned that you have to take time to think about stuff before you do anything, and you will. You check with the source before you do it. Thank you, Spirit. You check with God, or you check with your source, your angels, your spirit guides. You check with somebody, and you make sure that you're doing the right thing first. If it doesn't feel right, you're running. You're not doing it anymore. That's good. So what's the future for my collective when it comes to their destiny? Because I did get the destiny in the pre-shuffle. What's the destiny about? You're using your throat with it. You're using your throat. You're using your mind. You're using all your chakras. Chakra. Yeah, look at that. 7 of Pentacles. You've already put out, again, you've already put out this is the 7 of Pentacles. You've already planted the seeds. Now you're waiting. You're waiting in your little solitude. You're waiting to see the sprouts come up of your endeavor. You might have started a business. You might have started a channel. You might have started something, but you've already laid the groundwork, and this person is hoping over here that it ain't going to work out. You're abundant. Look how abundant Aunt M is in this deck. I love the Wizard of Oz deck. I love this deck. She is. Got all the stuff to harvest. You're ready to come in. It's October. Thank you. I'm hearing October is your time to take it all in, to take all your harvest in abundant. Start bringing all your harvest. You worked hard this year. Whomever I'm talking to has worked effing hard this year to get your shit together and make sure that you have abundantly set yourself up for the end of the year. Okay, that's very good. I'm so proud of you. Same here. Seven of Pentacles, money's coming in, 7, 10. I mean, you got all the money coming in. You've got a lot of irons in the fire, I heard. A lot of irons in the fire. You've got a lot of things going, and you can manage it all. And boy, I would hope that the Magician comes out here, because I'm getting that feeling that you are a master at time management. You're a master at making sure that you give your undivided attention to a lot of things, but you're able to do it. Yes, and you're speaking your truth. Queen of Swords. Thunder in the background, I heard it, if you can hear it. Throat chakra. This be upright, that's you. Perfect. If it was in the reverse, I'd be very nervous for you, but it's you. You're speaking your truth. You're telling people now, you've got a small circle around you, but you're telling people the truth and only the truth, so help you God. And if it hurts, sorry. If it hurts, too bad. Beautiful. Bottom of the deck. Yeah, 5 of Pentacles. There's this a-hole back here, hoping that you fumble. I'm hearing, we hope you fumble your money, because they don't like it. A lot of 5s for this a-hole. They're stuck in a perpetual. This is a repeat of my last couple readings. This person is stuck on a hamster wheel that will never end for them. They just continually hope that someone get on that wheel and run. They're tired of running the wheel on themselves. They want you to get on the hamster wheel so they can sit back and just collect abundance and let you do all the work. Wrong. No, jerk off now. All right, what else does my collective, do I need to tell the collective about where they are and what's happening in this week, man? This September is going to be, the next 3 weeks are going to be hot. What else does my collective need to blockages or challenges? What are things that they need to be on the lookout for that might be coming up that can keep them on the path of righteousness and money? What is it that need to be on the lookout for? We know who. If you don't know who this a-hole is, you've got to know who this person is. It's somebody you were in a relationship with, in a work relationship or whatever. May not have been a long time, but it was enough time to know that you don't want it anymore, and somebody you just let go of, whatever that is. And it could be a friendship, boy. A lot of people are letting friendships go too that aren't serving them anymore. You got those negative Nancys that are always around you that suck the life out of you. Those energy vampires. You've gotten rid of some of these people. The strength. Bingo. Strength. You need to watch out for anybody's trying to keep you from rest. You have the strength. Whoever this was, it might have been in August that you just let this person go, because the Leo is here. We're in Virgo season now, so it just happened. You just got the strength to let this go. Thank you, Spirit. Continue to keep that strength. Thank you. That's what I asked, what the challenges and blockages are, what you need to be on the lookout for. Anybody trying to pull you back into the past? No. You had the strength. The hardest part is letting this a-hole go. Making the decision to drop this loser and go on, whatever it is, whether it's work, business, or love. All 3, I heard all 3. You did the hardest part about being where you're at, the chosen one, whatever. I don't like to just say it, because there's a lot of chosen ones, but not everybody is. But choosing yourself is hard to do. Thank you, Spirit. Choosing yourself is the hardest thing you'll ever do, especially if you're a people pleaser. But whoever this person is, Aries, Leo, Sag, I'm hearing Leo. Last month, you'd made a choice to let somebody go. Something, someone, some project, some work, you said, I've had enough, goodbye. And you chose you. And this person did not like it. You went in and you did the deep work. You decided, I am the master of my own future. You decided to tell the truth with your throat chakra, worked on it, got to a point where you're setting yourself up for the 10 of Pentacles, and this person is in some way about it. Can we stop with these idiots, please? I can't take it. Can't take it. So yes, those spirits are saying, I gotta say what they tell me, boy. You're listening to the divine. Continue. You got the divine. See these little, I never noticed that. These little sparkles here to the right. This is the divine downloading to you that you are strong, that you are strong like a lion, and that you can do it. You don't need anybody siphoning your energy off. And I bet you anything, Spirit's saying to tell you this. You had the heart again. You had to look into the heart, long and hard. Okay. There's 2 hearts here. Bam, bam. 2 different decks. The heart. Here's one with the lion, and then heart. You have a heart of a lion. Hardest thing you need to do is to listen to your head over heart. Thank you. Head over heart. You had to make a head over heart decision, and boy, I've been there. 29, 27 on the clock. I've been there. That's the hardest decision. And once you made that decision, once you chose you, that's when the whole shift and the energy shifted. And I bet you, if anything, when I made my decision a few years ago to listen to I made a head over heart decision, I got the divine message, and it was like I let everyone go. A marriage, job, I mean, I made so many changes. It was a whirlwind, but as soon as I said, I don't want this, a weight, I could literally feel the weight of the world come off my shoulders. I was doing everything, cooking, cleaning, kids, you know, job, 2, 3 job. I was carrying it all, and it was gonna kill me. It literally was gonna kill me, where my spirit guides had to come in and sit me down in my head and say, listen, you're not happy. You're not happy. The minute it came out of my mouth that I was done to this person, the weight of the world, I could feel it. It was such a relief. I wanted to laugh. Even though it wasn't funny, it was the most devastating moment of my life, but I wanted to laugh. It was like, oh my God, I just had to get it out. Again, the throat chakra, here you are. As soon as you voice it, the person I'm talking to, as soon as you let this go, I guarantee you, you felt it somewhere on your body, that it was like a weight lifted off your shoulders. And please respond and tell me in the comments if that is you, because I know that exactly what you're feeling with that. It hurts, it made you crawl up into a ball maybe and had to deal with it, but damn, it was the best relief. The only other relief I can equate that to is when I gave birth to my twins. That relief of letting that weight off my body was visceral, I'm telling you. So whoever I'm talking to, you felt that, and that was spirit guiding you to do that, and that was the right decision. And not only that, but now you're able to talk about it. So that's good. You had to voice, thank you, spirit. You had to voice that as soon as you said it, as soon as you said I'm done, you took the strength to do that. That's when your timeline changed. Thank you, spirit. That's when things changed for you, because you couldn't have this, carrying this with you, because this person did not deserve to go where you're going. They couldn't come with you. A lot of people can't go with you with where you're going. You have a divine mission, spirit saying, and this person cannot, they're not divine. Whoever this is, they're not divine, and they don't deserve the abundance you're going to get. And you did it in August, or you did it in Leo season. Congratulations. And now that you've done it, you can sit back and relax, because not to sit back and be sedentary, as spirit's saying, but you're going to find that doors are going to open easier now when you don't have the sabotage. I'm going to call that part somewhere in this reading as the sabotage. You may have recognized that after the fact, because you don't see people's true colors until after you decide that you're gone. Then they show you who they really are. Yeah, the Two of Swords. Two of Swords. This is where you were. You were stuck in a place that, does this look like it's a fun place to be? No. This person wanted you in this head games, I heard. They wanted you stuck in a place, a mental prison. Mental prison is where they wanted you. And you were able to see through it. You were able to get yourself out of whatever this phenomena was, and you were able to see it for what it was. See the Cheshire Cat? Like, yeah, man, you don't have to, it's all right. You don't have to make a decision about that. Maybe this lingered on for a while. I think for probably 2 to 3 years or months. 2 months, 2 years, you were deciding, should I do it? Should I not? Should I do it? Should I not? And this person was feeding the obstacles, like, yeah, you can't, you shouldn't, don't do it. No. Spirit's like, you've had the strength to do it the whole time, but you had to be ready, and you finally hit the wall where you were ready. And as soon as you spoke it, I keep hearing it, as soon as you said it, boom, it was like lightning and things changed. Queen of Wands in reverse. Yeah, that's this a-hole over here. This person may have another person around them telling them to do this to you. There could have been more than one, I'm hearing, 2 people. Yeah. Queen of Wands is in reverse. Not a good energy. This is a female, possibly, that put up this male, that put up this person. There's more than one possibly. Take it as it resonates. Again, I read for collectively, so maybe, maybe not. Maybe there's a couple that decided that you didn't need to move this way. Could be 2 storylines here. I'm just going to leave that there and see what else comes out. What else do I need to know about this person? Anything else about this person? Is it 2? Is it 1? 2, 1. I got a, yep. I just saw a gnat. I got gnats all of a sudden in my house. I hadn't had gnats in my house in a long time, and I just cleaned everything. So there should be no gnats. So these are monitoring spirits I'm hearing. Somebody's watching you. Somebody's watching. Somebody's watching. Watching your every move now that you've put yourself in hermit mode and you're not talking. You're keeping everything close to the vest, and now they need to find out what the fuck you're doing. And they don't want to, they want to know, but you're not talking. So again, you have less than 4 people in your orbit that know anything about you. This person is not liking the fact that you're keeping your secrets. They're not secrets, they're just keeping yourself. Thank you, Spirit. That was a thunder. Confirm it. They don't like the fact that you're keeping quiet. This is why they are upset. They're gonna, I'm getting somebody's circling. Again, yesterday I saw a black racer snake going back and forth around my house. So it could be somebody who wants to get into your business. Yeah, the Lover's in reverse. It's they don't like the choices you're making. They want you to stop talking. Stop using that throat chakra, yo. Wrong, bro. Yeah, they definitely don't want you yapping. They don't want you to this person I keep getting. This could be a combination of love and work. Somebody that you work with that likes you, maybe has a secret crush on you. They don't want you talking about, you know, I get frenemy vibe. I can't help but say that. Frenemy, Queen of Wands in reverse. It could be more than one. Somebody, couple or group at work. I just don't like the fact that you've left and they're still flapping their gums. It's the truth. Ace of Wands. Your new beginning. It's passionate, it's bright, it's creative, and you're making it happen. And they don't want that because how dare you move off, I heard. How dare you leave us? Sorry, we're going. All right, so let's what are we doing? Should we see what the, yes, I'm nosy like I'm sure. We don't like these people, but let's get the first person that came out. We might have more than one, but what is the energy? What is the hidden truth between this person that pigs can't fly? Person that didn't want you to leave at the male. I'm getting it's a male on that one. There could be two, it could be a couple. But the first one that came out, what is the hidden truth for this male energy? I mean, I don't like genders. It's this person that tried to sabotage. I just like saying sabotage. Sabotage. What's the hidden truth with the sabotager? What's the hidden truth? Ooh, this one came out on top of your ace. This person makes bad choices. Bingo! Bad choices. This person is notorious for making the wrong choice. Again, goes back to what I said. They don't use their intuition. They think before they act, or they act before they think. Thank you. They make continuous bad choices. Bad choices. What else for this person? They want you to make bad choices. How come you don't ever fail, is what I'm hearing. How come you never fail? You don't have the things that I have happen. Because you like I said, you feel your way through stuff. You don't just, you think everything through, but you also use your final discernment is how it feels. Thank you, Spirit. You think about them, but you use your heart chakra to make the decision in the end. Start here, 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 here. Sacral, here, here. Here, but you end up here because you always have to see, how does this feel? How does it feel? If it doesn't feel right, I don't care if it sounds good. I don't care if it sounds beautiful, but if it don't feel right, there's always, your body will know. And that's how you decide. How does it feel in my heart? I don't care if it makes $80 million a year. How does it feel? I don't like it? Too bad. This person goes with where money goes. This person makes bad choices based on how much money it is. Thank you, Spirit. What else for this person? Hate this person already. I don't hate. I just don't likey. I don't likey this energy. Me no likey. What else with this stupid ace? The stone jeets. The stone jeets. What else with this person? They don't want me to talk either. Too bad. They don't want me airing out the dirty laundry. Too bad, person. Thank you. I can't stop thinking about you. Again, this person that has bad choices, there's some feelings there. Could be jealousy. I'm getting the fact that it's jealous. Envious and jealous. They may or may not have romantic feelings because the love came out in reverse though. It's the choice you made to leave, the choice you made to stop working with this person, the choice you made to not deal with this energy any longer. Now that you put them in a hamster wheel of I can't stop thinking about you. Doesn't mean romantic, it could. But they can't stop thinking about your success. Thank you, Spirit. Can't stop thinking about you. At the bottom of the deck, emotional intelligence. That's the thing. They don't carry this. They can't use their they don't know how to get in touch with their emotions. They can't. They just don't know how to do it. What else? Anything? I heard one more pass. Okay. It's got to hit the table. It's got to hit the table. One more pass. What else for this? Thank you. Insecure. Thank you very much. And it landed on the Ten of Pentacles. They're insecure. They cannot rely on their own securities. Thank you, Spirit. They cannot rely on themselves to make themselves financially stable. Therefore, they need to have other codependent. That's this one. Insecure. Emotionally insecure. Can't stop thinking about you, this person. They're not happy that you've left or moved on or thank you, financially, the thunder. You've made decisions to go alone. They don't want you to go alone because together they may have told you that. Well, there's better safety in numbers. Things are better. 2 heads are better than 1. Wrong. Not when the one is sabotaging all the time. Get the F out of here. All right, one more. I said one more pass, but I won't. No, it's too many. Too many. What else? What else should my collective be aware of? The deepest, darkest, hidden truth of this person. If they were to come back and try to come back into your presence, what is the agenda from this person? Thank you. What is the agenda? That's the question I needed to ask. What's the agenda from this person now? The agenda of this person or couple or that's surrounding you and your success. Do not look back. I've been guided to look down at the 8 of, look at her back is turned. Do not look back. Whatever you're working on, keep it to yourself. 40, 49, yep. What is the agenda from these people or person? The sabotager, what's the agenda now? We need to let each other go. That's what they're going to say to you, but they don't believe it. That's what they're going to try next. We need to, that's what they're going to try to say. Well, you know, we should just, you know, probably say goodbye then. You know, they're trying that reverse psychology, I heard. Nope. You need to let each other go. That's what you need to say. Yes, you're correct. We need to let this person go for sure. You know what? Thank you so much for all the help you've given me. There's no help because you're sabotaging. Thanks for everything, but we need to let each other go. That's really what you need to, that's what you need to say. They're going to say, okay, but they don't believe this, whatever this is. They're not going to want to do this because you're the best person or employee or the energy that you brought to the table is something they can't get again. They're going to try, but they're not going to find it. So they don't believe that. They may have said, okay, no problem, but deep down they can't stop thinking of you. Thank you, Spirit. They can't stop thinking of you, so they don't want to let you go. So they may say that's fine, but they don't believe it. So just keep that on the back of your mind. If you were to say, yeah, let's go back they would on a heartbeat come back and go, okay. Deep down, they want to continue to sabotage. Spirit says, do not let this go. Go back there because they will sabotage you for sure. Don't give them another chance to sabotage you again. Not a bit. All right, I said I was done, but I want one more. One more. What more do we need to know from this person? What is the issue here? I don't know, man. I wouldn't take this person back at all. I don't care what they did for you. I don't care what they say. They cannot tell the truth. Thank you. This one. Yep. They came flying out. They're destroyed. They're shattered because they know they screwed up. I'm going to say they effed up. And they wish they could take back their words. That's what they're thinking to themselves. Deep down, they'll never admit. Thank you, Spirit. They know they fucked up, and they wish they could take back how that day went or what that transpired. So they're thinking that they're regretting what happened because they thought, well, if I didn't say that, then you wouldn't have left her. This person, the collective, wouldn't have done what they've done. They're shattered, whatever this is. There could be a relationship, it could be their business. They're upset because they thought that this was going to, they were going to be able to ride your coattails forever is what I've heard. They thought they could just ride your coattails. That's not going to happen. You're not letting anybody siphon your energy anymore. Yeah. Love story once upon a time. Right. Be on the lookout for anybody trying to come back and replay the happy times, whatever it is. Remember when our business first started and we did that? And don't you want to go back? No, I don't. I wish we could take back my words, meaning they wish they could go back and maybe not have that day where you decided when you hit, there it is. When you said, I'm done, they wish they could go back and replay and redo some of that, how that went down. So maybe that you wouldn't have said those things because you were the one that said, I'm done and walked away. This person probably did something that made you hit the wall that day. And now they're wishing they can go back and do something differently to keep you there. But it isn't because they want to fix things. It's because they wish they're in their simpleton mind. Thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing they're so simple. They think that if they had just said something else that you wouldn't have done that it was just that day that caused you to walk away. No, this was an accumulation of shit that you had been through that you hit the wall with. It wasn't just that day or it just wasn't that last issue. It was many things. And they're stupid and they think it was just that day or just that issue that, you know, how can you just cut this off after just one thing? No, this was a multitude of things. And then it was a lifetime of sabotage. They've never had your back. Spirit is saying, I hate to say this to you all, but they never had your back. They always was in competition, 44, 34, always in competition with you, always trying to one-up you, always trying to show that you weren't good enough with the pretense of you're good enough, love bombing, back cyclically. Now, If you don't know much about narcissism, and I know that term is used very loosely, but narcissist will love bomb. It's like domestic violence, and God forbid if you're in that, get out. It's hard to leave, I understand. But it's the same cycle. Love bomb, and then all of a sudden they withdraw, withhold, and then you're fighting and back, and I won't do it again, back around, never, but except they will never say that they're wrong. They will hide their feelings. You will never hear, and they're going to put on a mask, and with everybody else, they're going to see him as a good person, see that person as a wonderful person, but behind closed doors, you get to see the real person. That's who this is. That's the energy I'm picking up when you can't do it on your own. But when they're out, maybe it's a business. Thank you, Spirit. Maybe when you guys are out and about running your business, nobody sees the real person here. But when you get behind closed doors, or when nobody's in the shop, or nobody's in the office, or nobody's there, it's just you two, you see the real a-hole that this person is. But maybe other people think that they're a good person, but they're not. This is why you had to go deep down and pull out, and go, wait a minute. This person is not who you think they are. I know this real person. They don't show you that person. They have many masks. Whoever this person is has many masks. And you will never, ever, it's almost like you have to justify your leaving to others because they don't see the real person here. Anybody who knows this person on the real low, like know them, they understand why you're gone. And that goes back to the 4. There's only a certain amount of people that know. The rest are just like, what are you doing? Right? But you know. And that's why you had to make a head over heart decision, because you had to, not only did you had to come down and say to yourself, is it just me? Because that's what the gaslighting is all about. This person gaslit you till you had to sit there and go, is it me? No, it's not you. And you know that, and only a couple people that are close to you know that, and they only saw that real person, a very rarity. But most of the time, this person does a very good job of hiding who they really are amongst everybody else, because they made a lifetime of it. And the aging narcissist is going to find out eventually when they're alone that it'll only get you so far in life. All right, so what else do we need to know about this person? What else? Yeah, that's the truth. Thank you. King of Swords in reverse. Or Queen of Swords in reverse. This person cannot, they're not a good person. They cannot be honest with themselves, let alone you or anyone else. This person's got a lot of work to do, but you saw through it. It may have taken you a little bit to figure it out, because they were, like I always say, Tina Turner wasn't smacked on the first date with Ike. It takes time for someone to do this stuff, to figure out, to get you in and make you feel like they're a good, the one time you may have thought this person was a good person. But then slowly, over time, they showed you who they really are, and you went into business with this person, or you got in a long-term relationship with this person. Entangled, I heard. You got entangled with this person with many things that you had to slowly work your way out of. And if that's you, my heart goes out to you, because I've been there. All right, what else should the angels and spirit guides give as advice? What's the advice for my collective? What's coming from my collective again? King of Pentacles, perfection. King of Pentacles, that's you, my love. Earth sign, you might have an earth sign coming at you. This person's got money. This person's going to want to treat you the right way. And it came up in the upright, and it came on the strength card. Thank you, Spirit. This person is an earth sign. Aries, Leo, Sag. You've had to make the decision to let this thing go so you can put yourself on the timeline to find not only real love, money, and abundance, but yourself. You had to find, thank you, Spirit. You had to find yourself. And now that you found out who you really are, life's going to be a little easier for you, even though it's still going to be, challenges. And that's not going to say it isn't, but now you're not going to have somebody throwing rocks and hiding hands. Thank you, Spirit. All right. Any last messages, please, for my collective? Any last messages about this King of Pentacles? Ooh, yay! 3 cups. You're going to find this person very entertaining. You're going to love this person very much. But take your time, because you want to make sure they're not this person. Again, if you want to know if you're dealing with a narcissist, criticize them, and you'll know right away. They can't handle criticism. Anybody that's got, not to go out and bash people, but if you just say, hey, what do you think about this? Because it seems like if you even just the smallest of criticism, you're going to find that this person, especially in a few weeks. I give everybody a 90-day rule. It's hard to hold a mask up for 90 days. I got the 90-day rule when I'm with anybody, friends, work, colleagues. Most people can't hide for long. You can't hide for long. They usually show you the cracks in the mask show up usually within 90 days of anybody when you spend enough time around them. But this person is an earth sign. Maybe he has some Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in there with the 3 cups. But this person's, thank you, Spirit. It's not that it is an earth sign, possibly Aries, Leo, Sag, but they're in tune with their feelings. This person's not going to hide how they feel. They're going to have no problem sharing their thoughts and feelings with you. This person isn't going to be somebody you got to walk on eggshells around. Yay, that's good. And at the bottom of the deck, yeah. You've been working on yourself so much that now it's the time to sit back and relax and let things start happening. Try not to force things too much. Spirit says it'll happen for you. You're in the waiting period right now, and that's okay. You deserve the rest, is what Spirit is saying. All right, so let's pull in angels and spirit guides. This message, 50 minutes, and I gotta bounce. This is getting long. I didn't expect this to be so long, but I needed to get this message out to somebody. As a recap really quick before I do the angels and spirit guides, you are somebody that has been through it. Spirit saying you've decided to make a head over heart decision and leave somebody, a job, a project, somebody that has been sabotaging you right along, and you're now just finding this out. And you found this out in solitude. You found it out after you kind of knew it, but you're now now you're getting downloads from Spirit showing you who this person really was. Again, if you know nothing about somebody like this energy, they really will show you who they are once they know you're gone. Once you cut that cord and say, I'm done, they're not a nice person. Even now it becomes even more obvious of who they really are. And you're starting to see this person's really their true colors. I heard true colors. You're seeing their true colors. You're starting to, and it's something that you love. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands, which is right near the King of Pentacles with the Three of Cups. You're right on the perfect timeline. Freaking nuts. You're on the timeline to make sure that you are going to go toward your destiny. So the angels and spirit guides want to put a final stamp of approval on this. What is their message to my beautiful collective? Prioritize. Yay! You're prioritizing yourself. Archangel Metatron, focus on your highest priorities, and Archangel Metatron will help get you organized and meditated. These stupid gnats, I got you, bitch. I'm telling you, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to freaking take a spiritual bath after this. Prioritize. They're gonna help you. Your angels and spirit guides. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Focusing on your priorities are gonna help you get motivated to get out of this little bit of a leftover hermit mode that you're in, but you're motivated. You've got your priorities in check. I heard the bottom of the deck. Bottom of the deck. Nature. Get out into nature and ground yourself. Yay! Nature and clairsentient. Very nice. Yes, you have the clairs. That's being you're listening to nature. You're listening to your heart. You're doing what you need to be doing. And Archangel Metatron, pray to him because they all the archangels will help you. But Archangel Metatron is very happy that you are prioritizing yourself and what you want to do most in this lifetime. All right, thank you if you made it this far. And if you have, please like, share, and subscribe. Let me know if this resonated at all. It helps me get past the algorithms with YouTube. Again, take it as it resonates, leave what doesn't, and use with your own discretion. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on the next one.